Live from our 7 Tasmania studios, your nightly news with Kim Miller begins now.
Good evening. For the first and only time in this campaign, the leaders have come face to face in a televised debate. There was no studio audience and little atmosphere. The event falling short of either leader landing any significant political blows likely to sway electors, an increasing number of whom have already voted.
An early start for both leaders, Labor kicking off with a health announcement, expanding the role of pharmacists.
By providing more services in regional towns and suburbs through our regional hospitals, through our pharmacies, that takes pressure off our hospitals.
While the Liberal leader promised our ageing population 3 new aged care facilities.
We provide the land that is well located, government-owned land, and provide that incentive for aged care providers.
Today's real crunch when both leaders stood face to face for the only debate of the campaign. State finances, a key driver of this unscheduled election, an early hot topic.
But we're going to continue to grow the economy, which has been growing at record levels with the lowest unemployment on record.
So from your budget from only a month ago, you're going to find $600 million in 4 years' time.
So too the Liberals' key insurance initiative, TasInsure.
So on the back of the Weet-Bix
This will be cheaper insurance,
no business case, no
fairer
modelling,
insurance, and it'll be Tassie-owned care. I'll tell you that right now.
The Labor leader also pushing his key platform on health.
And I'm so serious about this commitment that if I don't deliver those 10 new Tassie Doc clinics, I will resign as Premier of the state.
A lot of political theatre, but analyst Kevin Bonham says the debate was a stalemate. No clear winner, no dramatic upsets.
So I don't think it's that likely that many people's votes are going to get swayed over this stuff.
And many have already decided. The Tasmanian Electoral Commission says pre-polling numbers are on track to pass those recorded at the last state election. More than 80,000 Tasmanians have already had their say. That's around 1 in 5 of those enrolled to vote.
I suspect also there's a bit of a desire to put this election in the bin.
Lily Thompson, 7 Tasmanian News.
Not involved in the debate, the leader of the Greens claims one thing neither the Liberals nor Labor want to debate is tighter campaign donation laws, with one major concern.
From big gambling interests, and that says everything about how they're going to approach the issue of pokies policy in the next term of government.
Rosalie Woodruff says it will mean tighter gambling regulation after the election is unlikely. Speculation is rife. Tasmania is about to land a deal which will bring one of the AFL's biggest teams to Hobart on a regular basis. Richmond is reportedly in talks with the state government to replace North Melbourne, but it's come as a surprise to the Premier.
Before the Devils, could Tasmania be Tigerland?
The Tasmanian state government wants Richmond to replace North Melbourne as the new club in Hobart over the next 2 seasons before the Devils arrive.
Seven's agenda setters lifting the lid on a deal to bring Richmond to Hobart over the next 2 years.
Richmond is still working through this prospect and will determine it over the next couple of months, but we know Richmond have got a couple of games each year at Marvel Stadium. Their fans just don't rock up.
The proposal sees the Tigers swap home games at Marvel for Ninja Stadium.
I would dare say they could make double or triple down in Tassie for what they make at a game in Marvel.
They don't like it. Dimmer said he hated it and the fans agreed.
A bold move to make up for the Roos' impending departure.
When the North Melbourne Footy Club move their 2 games to Marvel from next year and get out of Tassie completely, there will be a void, a big hole down in Hobart, and the Tasmanian state government want Richmond to fill that void.
An AFL powerhouse bid blindsiding the Premier.
I'm not aware of discussions with Richmond. My focus has been on our own Tassie team.
And raising questions around what it means for the Devils.
We think that's a positive thing, as long as it doesn't undermine the Tassie Devils.
The Tasmania Football Club is refusing to be drawn in on the speculation, the Devils declining to comment on the possibility of the Tigers encroaching on their territory.
The 2 biggest games ever attended down in Tassie both include Richmond. They've got history down there.
Victoria Riso, 7 Tasmania News.
The Liberals have pledged $300,000 to scope out a major development if the party is re-elected. The funding would go towards a feasibility study for a trade training facility in the state's north.
anything that can be done to support that upskilling of existing tradies, or the skilling and training of new tradies, is really important.
It's all about growing and expanding our High Vis Army program.
The centre would join the existing $8 million southern training facility in Hobart. A newborn northern white-cheeked gibbon is keeping staff guessing at Tasmania Zoo. Now a month old, the bouncing baby is yet to be named, and it won't be until experts can determine its gender.
The newest member of a species on the brink of extinction. This baby northern white-cheeked gibbon is just over a month old, too young to even know its gender.
We've got to wait for it to stop clinging onto mum's belly before we can find out that, and then we'll give it a name.
They're the result of an unlikely pairing between parents Macca and Gin, imports from France and the United States. After Gin saw no success with the ladies at mainland zoos, he quickly hit it off with Macca when they were introduced 2 years ago.
We're very hands-off with mum and dad, let them do all their work. If we need to intervene, we would, but at this stage they're doing a really good job.
This little bundle of joy is the third of its species to be born at Tasmania Zoo, following births in 2021 and in August last year. It's all part of an international breeding program for the species. The northern white-cheeked gibbon is currently listed as critically endangered, with fewer than 200 breeding pairs left in the wild.
We are working with zoos all around the world to make sure we have nice, strong genetics and a healthy population.
The new addition certainly won't be the last this year, with other breeding pairs expecting newborns.
Coming into spring, we're hoping to see lots of births. That's normally a good time of the year for us.
Ensuring a healthy population for the future. Aaron Smith, 7 Tasmania News.
A passionate group of Fingal Valley residents is taking matters into its own hands, making job ads to help save the local post office. In the video, locals list reasons why new owners should take over the reins and explains the vital role the service plays in the wider community.
It's not only Fingal that relies on the post office, it's all the small towns around the area, Mangana, Upper S, Mathina, and all my friends here.
The group hopes the post will go viral so the town avoids the post office turning into a ghost office. The Southern Football League has signed on for its second dedicated Daffodil round following the huge success of last year. The league raising money and support across multiple matches at Cygnet and North Hobart Oval later this season.
We raised thousands of dollars last year, and we're hoping to top that. Of course, with the restructure of Tasmanian football, we have more teams and more grounds.
It's a really great opportunity for us to spread the encouragement for people to have a conversation around cancer in the community and try and raise some awareness around how people can prevent the risk of getting a cancer diagnosis.
Daffodil Round is being held on August 9. A 15-year-old race car driver has earned bragging rights in Townsville. The Tasmanian teen racing his way to 3 podium finishes in his first interstate outing against stiff competition.
Too young to even have his L plates, Ollie Wickham is already in the fast lane.
Change to the lead, here comes Wickham into the fight.
I'm still not old enough to drive on the roads, yet we can be driving around tracks at 200 kilometres an hour.
He's just returned from a more than successful first interstate campaign, taking the NTI Townsville 500 by storm.
And how about this? 15-year-old Ollie Wickham in his first race gets home for second.
I exceeded my expectations, so we walked away with 3 podiums, which was unexpected, and the effective championship lead leading into round 2.
The Year 9 student only made the switch from go-karts to cars a year ago, but the competition hasn't shaken him.
It's more you're racing other people and you don't really think who they are or what they do, or how old they are really. It's just everyone's out there in the same gear, everything.
He says he's driven by a passion for competition.
I try to take in as much as I can while I'm out there, you know, in the heat of the moment.
Next stop, Ipswich for round 2.
The thrill, excitement and nervousness you get when you're about to go out or something like that, I love that feeling.
Billy Gibbons, 7 Tasmania News.
Still chasing an elusive win over a combined New South Wales ACT side, the Tasmanian women are quietly confident they will get the job done this weekend. The key to cracking the visitors, more time to build a different program and a boosted fitness focus after the Devils' recent loss to Queensland.
The girls are fitter than they've ever been, and so playing on a smaller North Hobart ground, I think that'll really suit us with our running ability.
Saturday will be the Senior Devils' last game of the year. The Hobart Hurricanes' Global Summer League final chances have slipped out of reach. Despite 2 early stumpings from Ben McDermott, Central District Stags kept their composure to set a target of 167. The Canes put up a fight in reply but fell short, losing by 16 runs. It's been years in the making and now Kingborough District Cricket Club is entering the Women's First Grade League. After claiming the second grade title last season, the club says it's ready to step up and embrace the challenge.
That's what we've been working towards over the last couple of years, trying to put consistent performances out on the park and make sure that we're continuing to grow our cricket.
There's a real growth in the region, and so we're just, I guess, delighted to be able to provide a pathway for young girls.
The addition of Kingborough expands the competition to 5 teams, joining Clarence, Greater Northern Raiders, Newtown and North Hobart. One of the country's leading basketball teams, which just happens to be from UTAS, has returned from a successful quick trip across the ditch. But there was no time to see the side too busy securing a place in the world titles in Abu Dhabi.
This group are all in the process of completing different university degrees, but what they have in common is passion for putting points on the scoreboard as well as the exam paper.
For the first couple of games it took us a little while to get used to it, but once we sorted out the rules we were good.
The University of Tasmania's 3x3 basketball team backing up its recent success in the national titles, claiming the title at the Oceania Championships. Competing in 6 games against NZ sides including Auckland, Lincoln University and Waikato, winning the lot.
The style of play was a lot different over there. The physicality was unbelievable, something that I hadn't really experienced in that sense of basketball, and also the speed of it as well.
The 2-day event sees a usual basketball game halved, with just 3 players per side competing on a half court in a 10-minute match.
Lots of room for growth in Australia, and we feel that we can be part of that expansion of the sport here, and the players have really embraced the format.
The side now turn their attention to the world titles in Abu Dhabi, where they'll compete against the best of the best. But it's too early to tell when or who the final squad will include.
A little bit nervous, but going through a big tournament undefeated, there's a lot of confidence that comes with it as well.
Ruby Cairns, 7 Tasmanian News.
And the Hobart Chargers remain confident they can scrape together one last pre-finals victory in their must-win NBL 1 clash against Dandenong this Friday. The side, 7th on the ladder, took out an overtime 1-point win to Frankston last week. They're hoping for more secure results this time round.
So we have played them before in Dandenong and we did get the win, so we have that confidence, and then going into this game we want to win in front of our home fans.
Meanwhile, the women's side is hoping to put one last win on the board, even though they're already out of finals contention.
Good evening. Hobart, Launceston and Devonport all 13 today. Burnie a top of 14 degrees. King Island with our high 15, St Helens 14, 13 at most of the other centres on the map. However, Grove bucked the trend with a high of 12 and Lyawini reached a top of 4. Now, most of the forecast showers came and went while we all slept last night from that cloud that's now off to the east of Tasmania, but Mountain Reid did register 7 millimetres today to 4 p.m. Scattered low cloud also moved over the southeastern states, and another band of cloud over the Southern Ocean is clipping WA. That's another cold front. Tomorrow, another cold front will cross the state as a ridge of high pressure persists over the mainland. A larger front there, as we mentioned earlier, brewing well to the west. The northwest winds will give way to westerlies during the day tomorrow, reaching 20 to 30 knots, with swells rising to 6 metres in western waters. Gale warning tomorrow from southeast Cape to Stanley, and a strong wind warning applies to all other coastal waters and the southwest lakes. A warning to sheep graziers too for the central north and King Island due to cold temperatures and showers. So, showers across the state, easing later. Hobart 12, same for Cygnet, 11 the top for New Norfolk. Launceston, a high of 13 degrees, 13 for Devonport. Showers easing as well from Campbelltown, 0 to 11 the range. 13 for Burnie with showers easing, showery for Strawn, and 13 the top for Smithton. St Helens tomorrow a high of 14, showers easing later, same for Swansea, -1 for Fingal, showers easing later in the day, 12 the top. Friday, fine apart from isolated showers over the west and north. Showers in the north on Saturday spreading statewide later, snow to 600 metres, and on Sunday showers contracting to the west in the afternoon before clearing, more snow on the ranges. Sunny and 18 in Perth, showers clearing from Adelaide but hanging on over Melbourne. Sunny weather forecast for Sydney, 18, but a possible shower in Brisbane and 23. OK, at the moment, at 8 degrees in Hobart, partly cloudy in Launceston 6, mostly cloudy in Devonport, currently 8 degrees. Kim, windy day tomorrow and showers, maybe.
Easing too, thank you. Well, that wraps up your news for this Wednesday. Good night, everyone.